daily trading recap for this Tuesday, the 9th of November, 2021. Pretty much a wash day, keeping myself handcuffed to the pattern that I want to start going in. Bigger size on, absolutely harder on what I want to be focused on with that short trade, whether in pre-market or that afternoon style of fading trade that I feel I've been tracking for a little bit here. Continuing to get more and more data and more in-depth, precise time and sales level 2 data reference points on that for how to trade those specifically. But yeah, a little bit of a wash day. Just kind of a break-even trade on TGGI and then try to dip by SPY here. Actually, a little bit of a red day on SPY. And then, man, I just do this again of when I'm doing my pre-scans and going everything in the pre-market and then pulling up to SPY to see, hey, follow the trend again from yesterday. We had a red day intraday from closing lower than where we opened. Trend normally likes to continue, or it has a 75% chance of being the same the next day as it was yesterday. Object in motion tends to stay in motion. Could be a good thesis, but I kind of forgot about it. Was still looking at other tickers and didn't try to go hard on going for a morning out of the morning bell options play on this one. And man, what a short trade that would have been, trying to buy some puts there. Doubt I would have been holding all the way to the breadth of this move here to the downside, but there's another one. Another testament to the legitimacy of that move there, at least for the morning session especially, which is what I would be trading for that volatility. Tried to buy a little bit of a dip buy there on some calls of 469 expiry on the closest expiration, which would be tomorrow. I bought in this candle and then ended up selling, cutting here in this candle as it was coming close to breaking that low. So just a little $8 loss that one was, so $10 in total after options, contracts, fees. But I will take that bet 10 times out of 10 almost if I feeling good on it for how quickly the market can drop like that. Sometimes it can reverse the exact same speed to the upside in a very nice fashion. So just a little bit of a teaser trade, not like I'm going hard away from my goal or just kind of flinging money randomly. How many times I've seen that, I felt like that was a good trade on that one. Other market internals on the day, just for housekeeping: NASDAQ, $279 billion volume as of 9 minutes after the close. NYSE, $253 billion volume. OTC's $2.8 billion volume. Good to see again. Here we are with NASDAQ coming in with more dollar volume than the NYSE itself. Getting in that more speculative small cap style players potentially coming in with some more plays. So we'll see if that keeps itself on track going into the close of this year and into early January and February as well. Let's get into TGGI, Tiggy, as Monaco likes to call it. Man, I didn't trade this one on that last week, Thursday, which was an awesome trade there out of the gate, and then consolidation under that 20 level for an awesome little trade there. Looking at this on the daily for a little bit clearer of a perspective. We're in this little cup kind of pattern, double topping here, where our previous high on this candle was 267. So now we get that initial very nice first green day. Has some like 2 days of consolidation here after it pulls back a little bit on that first day after the breakout again, the continuation after that first green day. Pulls back, looking for kind of a bounce off of that level, but then ends up kind of turning into a breakout coming into today. Was watching, had other tickers on the charts and wasn't so hard focused on this one out of the gate. So I see a pretty much immediate green spike after the first minutes and thinking, oh shoot, okay, well I can't chase it here, even though it might be a nice little move there percentage wise. So just let it roll, see if another entry point came about on this one for further later in the day, maybe further later in the morning even. We did have another little pullback, bounce-ish off of VWAP, climbing nicely. Volume coming in here at this, that would be now 942 mark after daylight savings. Volume coming in, thought of course I got to start chasing it a little bit, not like I was chasing it as a trade itself, but for just the OTC fills, trying to get orders in at the precise moment or where you want to get filled. I ended up getting 255 for an entry, building on that volume, and then we got the actual nice breakout above that point, tapping 25, high of 258 there. We were able to tap to, and it was just petering. Yes, there was volume coming in there, but it was just like price wasn't moving away quickly. It was just struggling. So able to get out at my exact entry price again of 255 as it was kind of peeling back again, and save myself certainly a lot more headache of trying to get out on another panic within this next minute candle here. Potentially whatever, what I was risking initially trying to think going into this trade. I really just saw the breakout again. I didn't establish a hard risk level set that I was looking for, because this one, of course, is also a little bit wider of a risk tolerance having to take on a little bit more percentage move for what you could or should be using as a stop point, just for how it was trading and how volatile it is. So, tough in my mind I'm taking a position size that I know I want to be taking right around that $500 mark for what comfort I do feel as of right now as just a trader in general. So tough. Lucky to get out at break even. Did end up kind of just consolidating for the rest of the morning session here, going into the afternoon. Had another awesome opportunity, VWAP hold style of trade. It is, and even going back to the initial breakout trade here again, it was so hard for me to, just that little bit of a limiting factor for me to push that trigger was, it is already up so hard with how many green days in a row is this going to be now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green days in a row of, golly, do we think it just has the strength to continue to do this just in the general of the OTC markets? Does that type of price action move, has it been happening recently? Do we think the buyers are going to be there to continue to support this? And it's just kind of been evolving to show like more on ILUS on the past few days, not the one that I traded it, but just these afternoon plays have been working a lot more, that you're getting this nice consolidation and call it a VWAP hold style of trade, but those are the time frames that do end up working out pretty nicely where you wait for that volume confirmation, and that's your entry point anywhere. Hopefully if you can get in with that little perk or within that little consolidation, very nice ride into the close here on this one specifically as well. And I think just in general as a trade thesis, even though yes, it is still kind of up, it's holding the breakout level very well. Easy risk opportunity of potentially this 2-4 point. But that was all I wanted to mention on that one, and really all I had on the market today. Just not anything on the pre-market scanner that I wanted to be focusing on hard. It's just more kind of random earnings news or other EV news, and everything else kind of tanked. And, NEGG was one of them that I was watching from yesterday as well. EVgo had news again, just kind of tank as well. Out of the morning, not even offering any opportunity of morning volatility and trying to find a short position from there, which is what the kind of style of trade I want to be looking for to be shorting and focusing hard on those and disregarding everything else. But did well to stick to my guns today too and say, okay, there's what I'm looking for is not there. Just let it do what it wants to do and come back the next day, see if it's there, and that opportunity isn't. Just a little bit slower of a day, and learning lessons all around to continue to be that it's not going to be there every single day. And sometimes you do have to sit on your hands and wait patiently for that opportunity to come. So watch us going in for tomorrow, though. If we don't get an opportunity, then I'll be looking for to the short side. Of course, I'll be watching PPSI for a third day style of trade. Too long of a time frame. There we go. Hard little gap down here, percentage-wise, pulling back pretty decently, but and also kind of closing around the low of the day at that $7 mark. So we'll see if it has any amount of strength or any amount of buyers to come in and squeeze a few more shorts who could have been in this one from that first initial day still, who are still weak-handed because it's, was a bit easier of a hold today, even through the little squeezes that it did have. If you're getting short anywhere in that afternoon session, you're still green at this point. So watching that one, and that's where the third day search pattern comes from. And then NEGG as well, that former runner. A little bit sell-off in the morning session, but recovered here for the afternoon with a little volume perk. So see if those levels hold, maybe $16 as a whole dollar level stop set. Obviously had some amount of inflection from that first day, and then kind of teetering there is a little bit of resistance, maybe call it some amount of support here. Just throwing out random brainstorm ideas, but that's it. Still excited, still just ready and focused to try and slam dunk those opportunities that I feel I've been tracking and what I'm looking for, that specific criteria when they arise. And we're certainly going to know about it if it does come one way or another. So I sincerely thank you guys for watching. We will catch you guys on the next one.